Chapter 4 I'm parked in that lot, Mr. Hathaway said as they crossed the street. A blue station wagon. Me too, Dr. Fleming said. Mine's a red Jeep. The hospital is about a mile down Main Street. The kids and Mr. Hathaway followed the red Jeep away from the park and south on Main Street. How's that arm? Mr. Hathaway asked. It's okay, thanks, Dink said. Josh let out a big laugh. Some people will do anything for attention, he said. A few minutes later, Dr. Fleming pulled into a small parking lot in front of the Hartford Hospital. He parked near a sign that said, Hospital Staff Only. Mr. Hathaway parked in a visitor space. Then they all climbed out. Dr. Fleming led the group through a side door, then down a long corridor. They took an elevator to the third floor, then went down another hallway. Dr. Fleming pushed open a door with X-ray printed in green letters. Everyone walked in, and Dr. Fleming pointed to some chairs. You folks can wait here until I get a couple of X-rays, he said. This should only take 10 minutes or so. Dr. Fleming led Dink through a door into a smaller room, pointing to a table covered with a white sheet. He told Dink to lie there. Then he put a lead apron over Dink's chest. Dink laid his head on a small pillow and stared up at the ceiling. He could hear Dr. Fleming opening and closing drawers and cupboards. Then Dink saw an X-ray machine slide over the table. Dr. Fleming's face appeared next to the machine. Now I want you to lie very still, he said. He placed Dink's arm across his chest. When I say 1, hold your breath. Let it out when I say 2. Dr. Fleming's face disappeared. From a feet away, he said, 1. Dink held his breath. He heard something click. Then Dr. Fleming's voice said, 2. You can breathe now. Dr. Fleming stepped in next to the table again. I'm going to get a look at this in the other room, he said. Be back in a jiffy. Dink counted ceiling tiles until Dr. Fleming returned. This shot is too blurred, he said, dropping an X-ray on the table. He grabbed a fat red marker and drew a big X over the X-ray. I have to shoot another one without the bandage. Dr. Fleming began removing the bandage from Dink's arm. See the sign over there? He asked Dink. Read it to me, please. Dink read the sign. It was about drinking milk to make your bones strong. There, Dr. Fleming said as he dropped the unrolled bandage on the table next to Dink's shoulder. He positioned Dink's arm again. Lie still and hold your breath till I tell you to read. Dink did as he was told, and after a minute, Dr. Fleming came back and asked him to sit up. After I develop this one, you're free to go, he said. Okay. This one is much clearer, Dr. Fleming said a few minutes later. The arms look fine, but I'll put a bandage back on. No baseball for a few days, okay? Dink watched as Dr. Fleming rewrapped his arm. You should have your own doctor take a look at this, he said. Then Dr. Fleming opened the door and asked the others to come in. He showed Mr. Hathaway the X-ray. No fracture at all, he said. Probably just sprained when he fell. I have to go see my doctor, Dink told Josh under breath. We should take the X-ray with us, Mr. Hathaway said. Of course, Dr. Fleming said. He found a large envelope in a drawer and slipped the X-ray aside. Can I have the other one? Dink asked. The one you said was no good? No, I'll just throw. Sure, why not? Dr. Fleming said. He slid it into the envelope with the other X-ray and handed it to Dink. Don't stack up on any more moving parts, he said. And that is the end of Chapter 4. See you next time with chapter 5. Bye!